Hello Oasis fans, today I'm going to talk about Bonehead. So good it'll knock any poster off a wall. So on today's episode of Oasis WTS, I'll be talking about Bonehead, and he's probably the most vital part of Oasis that doesn't get as much credit as he probably does deserve. As in, he was probably the Roy Keane of Oasis, and you'll see as I show you some clips of his experimentalness within Oasis, because people just always put him down as just playing Barchords. And you know, if you're a good musician and you play something really simple, do it well. And he did it too. His rhythm was exceptional within Oasis. And I suppose we started off with, at the very start of Oasis, that wall of sound. And if you ever wanted to hear what Oasis sounds like without Liam and Noel, check out the end of I Am the Walrus on Live by the Sea. I'll drop in a clip here now, and you'll see what the Oasis wall of sound was like. And when Oasis started touring, definitely maybe, and they were getting more slots, here's them perform and Live Forever on MTV. And Bonehead is playing the Rhodes electronic piano. And when the second verse kicks in, he starts playing, and it's just lovely. When Oasis performed or lip synced whatever on Top of the Pops, what was Bonehead doing? Having the crack. Where was he? In the orchestra playing the cello. And here's Bonehead in Champagne Supernova, and there's a lovely little melody bit that he plays on one of these. This is a melodian. You'll see him here now, playing it here on this clip here now. It's fantastic. I think it goes something like this. I'll probably play it wrong, but just a fantastic little added melody to go over Champagne Supernova. And he is credited on the back credits as playing. And during the Morning Glory tour of America, Scott McCloud was filling in on bass, but he decided that his girlfriend was more important, and he had to go back to England. And who better to step in and play bass on David Letterman show, Bonehead. And here's Bonehead playing bass for A Morning Glory on David Letterman.
Yeah, I have a copy of it right here. It's entitled "What's the Story? Morning Glory." Here they are, kids. They're great. Please welcome Oasis.
So here's on David Letterman, and you can see Oasis performing as a four-piece for the first time ever, and Bonehead is playing bass. And the track "It's Good to Be Free," at the very end of "It's Good to Be Free," is a really lovely little surprise from Bonehead. I'm going to drop in a story that I did a TikTok about, and you'll enjoy it. I was at a traditional Irish music session at the weekend, and when I went in, there was trad music playing, and they were playing dilly-idly music, and I happened to say to them, why don't you play some Oasis tunes? And after a few songs, they said, this is for the Oasis fan down there. And they started playing this song. I'll give you 30 seconds of it and see if you can tell what Oasis tune it is. So I was like, that's not an Oasis tune. But at the end of the session, your man came down and he said to me, he says, oh, what do you think of the Oasis tune? And I said, what Oasis tune? And he goes, you're not an Oasis fan at all. That's the end of Good to Be Free. And I was like, what? And then I played It's Good to Be Free. And I was like, fuck, it is. This is Bonehead playing a version of the Cork hornpipe. Oasis were playing traditional Irish music at the end of It's Good to Be Free.
This cover we're looking at is from the 14th of August 1999. As you can see from the headline, Oasis exclusive, Bye Bye Bonehead. No, we let him go. Did you? Beg to differ, but anyway, after all the years that I've been in them, and that was the end of me with Oasis. To be truthful, I think the fun had gone. The fun had gone for me, and I could see at that stage when I left.
So Bonehead loved a good scrapbook, and here's my scrapbook. Here's this is Bonehead when he bought his Aston Martin, and in the papers it said that he was after paying 30 grand for the registration plate OAS 15. I am reprinting these books, and the link is in the description. There's my shameless plug on the book. So when Bonehead left Oasis, he actually started another group that not many people know about called Parlour Flames. And even within Parlour Flames, he was still experimental with certain things that he was doing. And here's a brilliant clip of Bonehead playing an Ebo. And I think he played an Ebo on What's Story Morning Glory on Wonderwall. It's a Oasis staining the note on the guitar, using magnets within a little device that you hold close to the guitar. And there's a brilliant clip of Bonehead doing that when he's doing a sound check with the band. Oasis really isn't Oasis without Bonehead, because even when he rejoined Liam, when Liam was doing Oasis songs, here's a clip of him in 19... And Bonehead really is a vital part of the Oasis sound, because in 2019, when he rejoined Liam, when he was doing his solo performances, when he was doing the Oasis songs, just check out how more powerful the Oasis songs are when Bonehead is on stage. There's just a magic or an energy that he creates when he's performing those songs. And I really am delighted that Bonehead is confirmed to be back on the Oasis tour, because the Oasis sound is not really Oasis without Bonehead. And even in Liam's solo career, when Bonehead joined him on stage to perform the Oasis songs, there's such more energy to the songs and power to the songs when Bonehead is on stage. Even if he's playing Barchords, it doesn't matter. There's something about that sound that he creates that's just gives it way more power and punch.
Have you got shoes on the end of your feet?
And Bonehead really was the crack of the band, like, you know what I mean? I think in an interview once, Noel said that the Bonehead was the glue. I don't think he was, maybe he was the glue sniffer, because he was definitely way better crack. Here's a clip of him going through an airport and they're just dragging him along, like. Being a proper rock and roll star. So fucking fair dues to you, Bonehead. Bonehead really was such a vital element of the early Oasis sound. He was the definitive part of the sound, and I think you can see from the clips that I've shown you. Never mind being experimental with the sound, but certainly pushing the sound in different directions when it may have been a bit static. And what I mean that is like guitar, bass, and drums. When I went to the studio, he was always picking up different instruments. He was always trying to put little elements of melody over the songs that Noel was creating. In What's the Story Morning Glory, you'll see him credited playing the mellotron and the melodeon. And from the clips that I've shown you, you can see that he was a vital part of Oasis. And he never gets as much credit as he does. And I'm fucking super excited to see him next year perform with Oasis. Certainly back with Noel. Hopefully Gemma will be there as well, and there'll be an incredible wall of sound. I say wall of sound, but it's more along the lines of an energy that is created on stage when all those guys get together. So thanks a mil for watching, and hopefully that wasn't too long. See you in the next one.